Howdy. Howdy. Okay. So basically, I'm here to preach the ideas that I would like to see presented in the United States. The ideas such as representative democracy, ranked choice voting, the ending of the Federal Reserve, the abolishment of all, if not most, of the intelligence agencies. All of these things are very, very publicly known to be good things to the public, to the populist majority. However, it seems to be that people in cities need a little bit of convincing that they are incorrect. How do we do that? That's not necessarily possible. So, the best way to do that is to have the sort of red wave that was planned for, I think, the 2020 general or 2022 general election. So, that didn't happen because I'm assuming Republicans were so steadfast in their belief that they are going to win that very many didn't go out. I went out and voted. I voted red in my very red state. Nothing really much happened there, but blue states continue to be blue. That people elected John Fetterman against Dr. Oz, who you think, housewives would prefer over John Fetterman, but I guess not. However, things that would be very beneficial to the United States, such as ranked choice voting, the return of ranked choice voting, the constitutionally written form of election, the United States would benefit significantly from Donald Trump vice presidency underneath Joe Biden, considering that the president of the Senate has a lot of sway, especially when breaking ties in times of disagreement like right now. Mike Pence was one of the most influential vice presidents in all of history because of that. And if we had ranked choice voting and Donald Trump was the second place, as he was, we would have a Donald Trump vice presidency. And none of this would be necessarily happening in the capacity that it is. And I think that how much other better things would happen if, like, let's say Mitt Romney was Obama's vice president. I guarantee that we would not have spending bills in the same amount that we did, even though Mitt Romney is an establishment figure. He was on the Republican side, which generally they lead to swaying the public by saying lower taxes and then not giving them that. But still, that would have a public display of being against higher taxes and spending money. It would just be a benefit, a net benefit. Even if the country is going negative because of establishment actors like both of them, there's still a net benefit to the public pushing of certain ideologies. But whenever there is a one-party control of the executive, we can see that the one-party railroads. So we need to go back to the constitutional ranked choice voting. Now, I have a personal belief that ranked choice voting can benefit the country even more if we add a tertiary president, a third executive, basically. So we have all of the checks on all of the different branches, but I'm not entirely sure if the executive branch appointing the judges is enough oversight on the courts. Now, I'm not saying that we need to pack the courts or anything like that. That seems unreasonable and it seems unconstitutional. It's unright to pack the courts in your favor because the next political party, it sets precedent for them to do the exact same thing until the Supreme Court has 3,000 people and it's more than Congress and it's just pointless. So I think that generally what we should do is, what if there was an executive member, not the president, don't put anything more on his plate, and the vice president already has, executive actions they have to take care of in Congress. So a tertiary president to give 10-15% of the court cases that the Supreme Court has to see. I think they see like 80. That might be a little high. They see like 60 to 80 every year, I'm pretty sure. So 15 to 20, 10 to 13, something like that, court cases by a tertiary president elected by ranked choice, which would by definition make them either an independent or a third-party candidate, and it would probably be third-party. And if you look at the third party, considering how third parties are generally specific, so the Libertarian Party likes individual rights for the individual, that's what the Libertarian Party is based on. The Green Party, I'm not entirely sure about their party platform, but based on what I've seen from, I think Jill Stein was their last presidential candidate. Stuff I've seen like that, it's green. They want to protect the environment. All of that will do really good in court cases, considering the Libertarian Party, for right now, would probably help put January 6th cases on the Supreme Court. Or the Green Party would put, more than likely, companies outsourcing their pollution to China. And if not, companies polluting in the United States, which is very good. Very good. And I just think, or even Robert F. Kennedy Jr., that would be an incredible member of the executive branch if they had some sort of oversight over, some sort of oversight over the courts. Not actually changing or influencing opinions, but literally just putting cases in front of them. Some they might have rejected on standing. They might even be able to reject it again after the court case proceeds, but they're still forced to look at it by this tertiary executive. And I think that would be amazing. I think that would work wonders for the internal United States and take a little bit of pressure off of the main president for their responsibilities, even though they're mostly just a figurehead for how the executive branch operates. I just think it would be incredible to have three people, much like how the triumvirates worked how ancient triumvirates worked. They did, to an extent, but the issue was they were all striving for power because there was always one that was the most influential. With the system the United States has, that wouldn't necessarily happen because we have these positions. If there were assassinations, that would be a little painfully obvious, I would hope, and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense in modern times to not have a triumvirate that has a check on the courts. And in my opinion, I think that it's a beautiful concept. I think that it was failed in ancient times because of the greed and also how hard it was to prove murder. So, anybody could kill anybody and the division of power immediately happens and the vacuum's filled by the person that killed the person. That's generally always how that works. So I think that in the United States, it would be significantly beneficial because we don't have, an ease of murder like in ancient times. So I think that it would be a benefit. I'm going to continue saying that because I do think it's true. I think that it would be a mass rush of individual freedom in the United States based on how the court decides the cases that are put in front of them. So let me know what you think. I know I might come off a little robotic, not entirely, good at this, still new. Let me know what you think. Might shave the eyebrow at some point. But if you want to leave a comment, whatever, let me know what you think. Share it if you like the idea. Let other people know. That's how ideas spread. That's how good things happen. You guys have a great day.